Hey everybody, Rob Pravaschi here. I'm in the back room of my studio. Just kind of kicking around, getting kind of lazy. Actually, I've been working kind of low-key, kind of quiet day. I was doing some workflow on the computer. And I was listening to webinars. I always like to do that when I'm working. If I'm working at night on weddings or if I'm working during the day on workflow. I've got a bunch of audio files or webinar files that I will put on my computer, and it's like I'm doing double duty. I do the same thing in the car. Whenever I'm driving around, I've got a bunch of, books on tape or webinars. I love, grabbing the downloads for webinars and what have you. Usually it's marketing stuff. Usually it's success stuff. So, anyways, I'm not being lazy. I'm just sort of having a low-key, lazy kind of day. I just finished scanning. I ripped a page out of a book. I do this all the time. If there's something very valuable. The 5 Laws of Stratospheric Success. If you Google that, you'll see what book it's from. It's from the book The Go-To Giver, something like that. Awesome book. Quick read. I just finished reading it last night, and I thought, I got to keep this. So I scanned it, and I put it, and I'm going to print it out 8.5 by 11. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to. But I want to talk to you today about being lazy, and the big question that kind of popped into my mind is, are photographers lazy? And the reason I'm asking that question is because there seems to be a fair amount of photographers. I don't know if it's lazy insofar as it is like ego, or it's just there's a lot of people in the business of photography who are struggling, and I don't know. I can't help but get the sense, I can't help but get the feeling that a lot of people have a lot of sense of entitlement, or a sense of the world owes it to them. That's really a bad attitude to have. It's not a good attitude to bring to business. When you're in business, and essentially that's what we're talking about here. I don't care if you're a small business operating out of your basement, or if you're medium-sized or a full-blown commercial studio. It doesn't matter, getting off your duff and doing work, and having the ability, the gumption, the passion, the drive to get out of the box. Because entitlement mentality is really the realm, basically, of 2 areas. People who have good, safe, secure jobs, and or children. Children have an entitlement mentality. You ever bring a 2-year-old through the grocery store, walk down the candy or toy section? You know what I'm talking about, right? So anyways, I just want to really touch on a few key points to do with being lazy and being ambitious. I just noticed something here. What is it? There. Can you see that? That is from 1987. It's a famous quote. It starts with, until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, yada, yada, yada. It's one of my favorite quotes. I printed that out in 1987, and I've had it in my darkroom, and I have it here now, just scotch taped on the wall. And that's what I'm going to do with my other thing that I just scanned. So I think you need a steady dose of motivation, a steady dose of inspiration and passion. And, one of the best places for that, besides like what I'm doing, reading, listening, going to seminars and workshops. Well, basically going to seminars and workshops for me is one of the best sources of innovation and knowledge and staying on top of the game. Because when you're in photography, it's like a unicycle. If you stop pedaling, man, you fall off. So you got to stay on top of the game, both not only in your photography but in your marketing, and you got to watch local trends. There's nothing better than getting together with a group of photographers. Even if you're just sitting around having breakfast or lunch or supper and just shooting the breeze and having a chit-chat. Doing that sort of thing helps you inspire ideas. But you tie that in with listening to some really good lectures. Alright, so I'm going to come right out and say it. I'm really promoting the Inferno workshop. And the reason I am promoting it and segueing into that particular workshop, because I personally think it is by far the best, if not one of the best workshops out there for photographers. Why? Because I put it together. It's my baby. I hand select each speaker. In the last few years, we have had some of the best, absolutely some of the best 3-day workshops, both in Nashville and in Toronto. So the next one coming up is in Nashville, and it's November, I think it's November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. $200, man. $197 gets you in for 3 days. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, if you want to tap into real intense knowledge with a great group of people, listening and watching and experiencing some of the best photographers in the industry that I have personally hand selected, then you want to check out the Inferno Workshop. So go to infernoworkshop.com or click down the link somewhere. There's got to be a link somewhere on this page. Oh, by the way, you're getting a little quick tour of my studio here. I used to be in a mall for 9 years. We had a nice big location in the mall. I decided I'm going to, spend more time with the family, downsize a little bit. So now we're at this, my home studio setup. I got a 1,200 square foot garage, which is, what you're in right now. Yes, this is a 1,200 square foot garage. I'll give you a quick tour. Hold on. Let me turn this light on. It's pretty dark. This is our sales room. All right, so right there, that's where we show their images. Okay, it's the war room. It's where we make all the sales. This here is the reception area. All right, down here is a fireplace. This door is normally closed because it says private. All right, so as soon as people walk in, the first thing they see are samples. Samples of families. Fairies. Fairy day is always a big one with our studio. Babies and babies and babies. And of course, first thing they see too is the clock on the wall because time goes on, right? So anyways, I urge you to check it out. Come on, let's hang out at the Inferno and spend 3 days in Nashville. It's not that expensive. I realize it's 3 days of your time. You got to travel to get there, but there is no better activity that you can do when it comes to success. Okay? This is what we're talking about. We're talking about success. I can personally attest to the power of going to live workshops. It's kind of like a big mastermind group. I went to my first one, I think it was 1986 or 87, and it literally turned my life around. All right? You see my studio back there. There it is. Literally turned my whole life around, and ever since then I have not stopped going to workshops. I have the fortunate situation where I get to attend the Inferno workshops twice a year because I run them. So I'm up there close and personal. So that's kind of a side benefit for me. But it's a lot of work. I want to tell you one thing. It's a lot of work to put these suckers on. And but it's something I passionately, really deeply believe in when it comes to helping people succeed as people, succeed as business owners, and succeed as photographers. So I'm going to shut up now and urge you to check it out, infernoworkshop.com. Yeah, I hope to see you there. Maybe we'll sit down and we can have a chat, check out some of the speakers. We can all learn, we can all grow, share ideas. All right, guys, checking out. See you in a bit. Bye.